Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Joining me right now is Life Essence Reaper. They are currently a GPCS team. They have their tiebreakers, 8 p.m. EST, Friday, September 13th. Friday the 13th, very spooky day. And joining me right now is the entire roster. So we got Slenic, Blinky, Hero, Duck, and Moosey. You guys feeling good? Feeling good, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
feeling
sir.
pretty good.
All right, all right.
Feeling great.
So let's get to our first question here. We're gonna have a good one. Who's the biggest trash talker on the team?
Mercy.
Lucy.
The
No
instant.
hesitation. No hesitation.
Instant Moosey.
I did
I
kind
guess-
of tell Sheer Will a few.
That's. I guess.
think
Okay.
it's Hero,
I guess it's like.
personally.
Okay. If we're talking internal, it's Moosey, but externally, I think it's Hero.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, that's fine.
I'm pretty toxic, low key,
Moosey?
high key.
I was gonna say Moosey. Do you disagree, or is that
No, I agree.
okay? Well, hey man, someone's got to do it. It's
Well,
a dirty job,
Yeah,
right?
someone has. Yeah, someone has to be the flamer.
Someone has to let the kids know that they're bad.
He only flames
Exactly.
one person though. He flames.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've only flamed
He only flames me.
mate like once or twice, at least out loud.
Mhm.
Yeah, Hero like internalizes it, and so it's like but like he's not.
If I'm
verbally
quiet,
saying
that's,
anything
if I'm
about
quiet,
it.
that's how you know that something like you did something.
You don't want
Ah.
to question it. Don't want to say anything.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do the same thing. In fives, if someone fucks up and I know, I just kind of they'll be like,
He's
hey.
like,
Hey, you still here, Dota? I'm like, yep, just farming bot. Don't worry about me. Don't worry. All right,
That
all right.
sounds-
Easy
Sounds
peasy.
just like Blinky.
Okay, all right.
hey.
What to play sometime, Blinky. We can not talk to each other. What? Okay, who's the funniest person on the team?
Probably Duck. If I had to nominate
Duck.
someone, I mean, I think we're all pretty
Duck's
like
the
we all get along
quietest.
pretty well. Yeah.
I mean, I know my way around a joke, but you know,
I feel like I make
the.
I feel like I make the funniest like roast like mid game or like just in the middle of stuff. But I feel like
Mhm.
Doug has the actually like funniest jokes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Duck. Tell us a joke then. Go ahead. Let's hit it.
You can't put
That
me
was
on the
a
spot.
joke,
You can't
Let's
do
go.
this
Come on.
to me.
Come on, Duck. Give me something.
No, you can't put me on the spot.
Semi-appropriate, please. Don't go too wild. Let's...
Hmm. See, now you put me on the spot. I can give an example of some flame that I use in solo queue.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's
No,
fine.
we're not
I
past the
think
talks.
my favorite term is probably oxygen thief. That's
Ooh.
definitely
That's good.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty good. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, here, I got a joke for you though. Knock knock.
Who's
Who's
that?
there?
I eat mop.
Mop head.
What?
What?
Have you ever heard a knock knock joke before?
Dude, that's like as bad as when someone says knock knock and you say hello. Like, come on, dude.
Okay.
It's like that vine the girl that gets water poured on her.
Okay, so we know who's not the funniest person on the team for sure. All right, either way. All right, so I'm sure you guys have been on multiple other teams. I know I have, and it always seems like there's always that one guy on the team who's always either late or canceling practice. Who's that guy on this roster?
No one anymore.
Yeah, no one
With this
anymore.
current rendition of the roster, we actually don't have that issue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
That's-
the closest
that's
thing
the-
would be Slanic missing his train.
Yeah, but that's about it. That was one time, and then and I guess like before we had like previous members, obviously who are now either substitutes or no longer on the team, that were flakier, But obviously they're now substitutes. They're not on the main roster anymore, primarily for that reason in some cases.
Okay. All right, so you did have it, but it's been addressed and fixed.
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, that's pretty good to hear. All right. Who's the best player on the team?
Ooh,
But
that's
define
actually kind of.
best player.
Yeah.
I mean, best Lucian jungle player.
No,
Oh,
it's not Moosey. We can all agree
So,
on that.
all right. Well,
Best overall Duck, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I'd have
That's
to say
kinda
Doug.
1v9.
Like if you know it's gonna be a hard game, who do you know has to show up for like who do you bank on? Who are you planning on being that one guy who shows up and
I think it's Hero, personally.
yeah?
Yeah.
Hero?
Mechanically, I would agree mechanically, and like as far as like actually like hard carry probably. But
Yeah.
I think Duck is the most consistent, and he always is like, he's always like a staple. Like he's always
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I was gonna
consistently
say
good.
Slug
like
is the
no
most
matter
consistent.
who. Well,
Here's the thing.
the thing is, no matter who carries, if I carry, if Musi carries, if Blinky or Slennett carries,
Duck
the
is
number
always,
two,
like, a big part of it.
whoever, and it's not even just because you're support. Like, yeah, that's the support's job, but it's like you go above that though to do that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean,
That's why I
like
say,
if we're
overall,
if we're
it has to
hoping
be-
somebody brings their A game, it's probably gonna be me, just because I'm really hit or miss. Like just as a whole, like I'm not the greatest player even when I'm hitting, but like I do miss pretty hard. So that's just gotta hope that I do well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll ask you then, Duck, since they seems to be nominating you for the most part. Who do you think's your biggest rival in the GPCS?
Me.
Honestly, don't have one.
No.
No, not really.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone have what they would consider a rival?
Yeah.
And
For
Yeah.
Pawn, okay, this is just to sound like because they're a top team, but it's a little bit more than that. Pawn Sacrifice just because I'm friends with Sheer Will,
Okay. Yeah.
so like that's why I say Pawn Sacrifice. That and it's competitive. We actually just beat them.
TG Abandon.
come on, man.
No, personally, I actually have to say, Villain Glasses, the current mid laner for RK, is like my personal one because he was one of the people that I fought in I think it was either my first or second week here, and they basically just mopped the floor with me mid lane, and like I've low-key been waiting for this tiebreaker to get back at him because I didn't get to play a second game against him, I think, so I'm looking for this tiebreaker as well as in playoffs to actually step it up a bit.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Resurrected Kings because yes, like you said, you do play them in the tiebreakers Friday, 8 p.m. EST, 7:30 pregame show. But how do you think that game's gonna go, guys? How we feeling?
We're gonna smash.
I mean, we're always
Yeah.
feeling easy clap. Yeah, that's the mentality
I feel
you gotta
pretty good.
have.
I mean,
Okay,
like,
so
as we lost to them earlier in the season, were kind of like weird games. Like the first time was with our old roster, where the other four of these players weren't even here.
Slick was the only one that fought him.
We just got like, it was like, I think their top lane carried like super hard, like out of nowhere on Aatrox, and we were just like, okay. But like, and the rest of their team was like kind of meh.
Okay.
We played them. We tried to do some dumb double scaling comp that was like didn't work at all. We didn't show up for that game, but I think if we play to like our team's strengths and our win conditions, like, and we are focused, then we'll be fine against them.
Okay. Take off the training weight, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Ah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So I'm gonna do this one individually for you guys. We'll start with you, Hero. What is just something that just instantly just ticks you off, makes you angry? It can either be in fives or solo queue, doesn't matter. But what happens in league where you're just instantly just like, I'm salty now?
Salty is probably like let me think. Actually, I'll start with fives. Fives is when probably when we look to do something specifically as a team, either in like draft or just like overall, like, or we make a call and we're all on the same page, and then like immediately it's not like followed, and then like the tie with that is the when it's like in draft, if we like plan for something and then we just don't follow through on it at all, like we just completely like do the opposite for some reason. That's like some of my biggest pet peeves. Other than that, not much tilts me. Other than like solo queue is when I get like repeat
lie.
games over and over.
Some of the picks that coaches picked for you have
Yeah.
tilted you pretty hard.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So the thing is, I have like I misunderstood the rivals question. I thought you meant like team rival, not like individual person rival. So I have an individual person rival.
Okay. Yeah,
But
go ahead.
the team rival is Pawn Sacrifice. I don't know if is Bu's team even in.
No, they're not.
No,
But you just
no.
need the coach.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then never mind. Sorry.
Okay. Womp womp.
He's just got a coach that's part of the Life Essence team that he's not on the friendliest of terms with, that always puts him on Tank's top lane.
No, we're not on friendly terms because he doesn't know anything. I mean,
That's true.
If he listens to this now, he will. But
That's true. Yeah.
it's just that I just disliked how that went.
Okay, that's fine. We'll make sure
That's
to tag
it.
him when I upload it. Blinky, your
What's
thoughts?
up?
Your anger. What's your salt mine? What have you? It can either be fives or solo queue. What just tilts you a
Yeah, the
Honestly,
jungler.
Yeah, does jungle go last? I'm sad now. Okay.
just no, you
No,
don't
no,
get a
no.
say.
No, no,
Just
I
like in
was-
a
I
real
was
game,
saying
you
your
don't get a
brother.
say. No, but like, yeah, actually, I mean, honestly, me and Moosey, because we've been playing together for quite a long time, definitely him making mistakes has to be my number one tilter. But beyond that, it probably has to be any time I'm put into the bot lane, whether it's be AD carry or support. I just cannot function in a 2v2 lane. And so I literally lose my mind and I get very aggressive, and that pretty much tilts me off the face of the earth, if I'm being completely honest. No matter what I'm playing, no matter how well I'm doing or poorly, I'll always be tilted throughout the entire thing, just because I can't see the 2v2.
All right, all right,
In lane, at least, in lane.
all right, all right. Duck, go ahead.
Oh, we're just Kevin Sky?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
we just get Moosey too. Keep going.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, the order doesn't matter.
Alright.
Discord order.
So the one thing that tilts me the most is when I am consciously incompetent. Like I can recognize that I'm doing something wrong or that I'm missing skill shots I should be hitting, but I can't seem to fix it. That will tilt me off the face of the earth.
Okay, so yours is
I feel that one too, yeah.
yours is more yourself messing up as opposed to others.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's
That's
fair.
why he's the highest ranked player on our team. Because he looks at himself before he looks outside.
Ah, wow, that's deep. All right, Slenic, please.
All right. So in fives, the thing that tilts me the most is when people talk over coach in draft.
Okay.
Are you talking
Got
shit?
Yes, yes, I am. Do that.
Yeah,
except
yes.
Duck, and it tilts the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And the thing that tilts me in solo queue is there's this champion that goes in the bot lane, and you can't target her. He keeps yelling the entire game and throws unmissable
You mean-
projectiles at you. Yes,
Except
No, the
Needs
other
to be
untargetable
banned.
bot lane champion. What?
that cat needs to be banned in every game.
Okay. Okay. Moosey, your thoughts, please.
So, at least in solo queue, the most tilting thing is when my garbage solo laners take my camps. When God knows they're not going to be able to do anything with that gold.
Yeah.
And then in a 5v5, probably when my mid laner decides to go in 1v5 at Baron.
on Malphite.
I feel like that might be a bit of a
Or
specific.
Azir. Or Azir. No, see, that's the thing, is it feels so
There's several
specific, but then when you
occasions.
look at the games, it's really not.
And I mean, I do it too. Everyone does it. It's just, it's
That
a,
tilts you the most, yeah.
it's a bit annoying when it happens.
Nah, I can understand that. You'd probably hate to play on a team with me because I absolutely raid the hell out of my junglers' camps.
Yeah, what role are you, actually, if you don't mind?
Well,
me
I don't
asking?
mind in a team
AD.
environment because I
Okay.
trust my teammates to be able to do good with the gold, but in solo queue, people are stupid. So I don't really.
That's fair. No, that's
I
fair.
don't-
That's fair.
That's very fair.
Yeah, I do that a lot myself. AD, I always take jungler camps. I don't know. It just if I'm ahead, I feel like if I take some camps, I'll get even farther ahead. And then if the opposite, when I'm behind, I'm like, well, I need this. I'm behind. What do you want me to do?
After 20 minutes, Slank basically puts me on welfare.
Yeah. I do the same, and I always feel bad during the game, like after I take it, and then I see the jungler, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do now," and I'm like, "Oops, my bad, guys.
That,
Whoops." All right,
Yeah, exactly.
all right, guys. So, what do you guys think, or who, excuse me, do you think has had the biggest impact on the GPCS? It doesn't have to be from your team. It doesn't even have to be a player. It could just be a coach. But who do you think this season has had like the biggest impact on the league?
Let me think.
Yeah, I think Slang's the only one that gets a say, because he's the only one that's been around here long enough to see that.
Well, I mean, you can still, give some input. That's fine.
Yeah.
Can I give like a light flame answer a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. It wouldn't be doing sports without it.
Whatever team that it was that got banned for smurfing.
There you go.
Learning
Yeah.
Fizz. Learning Fizz single-handedly.
Skewed
Whoever-
half the bracket.
I think carried us into playoffs because we were at like 7th place at the time.
Yeah.
And and there was a good chance that we weren't going to make it. And then all of a sudden, Pursuit Gaming drops down to 0 wins, and we're
Yeah,
just
they're
like,
the real
okay,
MVPs, honestly.
Do you guys watch?
thank you, Learning Fizz, if you're watching this.
Do you guys watch the
Promise.
pregame show at all? Anyone tune in for that?
I haven't had a chance to normally, no.
Okay. Well, I did a little I did a mock trial for Learning Fizz where he was accused of being boosted to Diamond. And I presented some video evidence of him getting whooped up on in GPCS and
I think one of them was against my Sivir, which was pretty yikes.
Yes. And
So,
then the jury came back as guilty of being boosted. But you guys should check out the pregame show. Not to toot my own horn, but it's probably the best thing you'll ever see. But all right. So let's do. All right, Moose, you gotta. Or wait, no, it was Duck, right? Who's the funniest? You got that joke for me yet?
Oh yeah.
Still putting me on the
Yeah,
spot.
Duck, where's the joke?
Where's the joke, man? It's been like 10 minutes.
Thought you were Mr.
Oh
Funny
my
Man, Duck.
God.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you had
Funny
10
boy.
minutes.
I'm
So
banning Lucian every game.
you got it.
No, stop banning my conversation.
That's
No.
pretty good.
All right. So you guys already said Resurrected Kings easy clap, right? We went over that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're not going to dwell on that. But what about the other tiebreakers? So the other tiebreaker for IBSG, SAT Academy versus RFG, Rapid Fire Gaming. Any thoughts on that?
I'll be honest, I don't actually follow the IBSG because I've only been here for a while. I haven't had a huge amount of time to get in there.
No, that's fine.
The
I
only
know.
thing I've followed for
Rapid
IBSG
Fire versus
is-
who?
is a
SAT
news
Academy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're
no.
fighting for, what are they fighting for? 5th and 6th, if I remember correctly. I remember glancing at it.
Yeah, they're just doing seed.
All I know
Yeah.
is that EGA is getting boosted by Iniri. Floppy Fish Friends is the only actual good team. That's the only thing I know about IBSG.
Okay.
All right, fair
That's
enough.
fair. Well, we'll go to GPCS then, because I didn't think you guys would follow IBSG, but it never hurts to ask. We got the other tiebreaker, which is Pawn Sacrifice versus EG. I believe right now they're 1-1 as far as the season goes, so they're tied for that, as well as overall tied.
I personally think EG, if I'm being honest. I think that Pawn Sacrifice, even though they have been kind of like messing around in these last few weeks because they know their spot has been relatively secure, I think at the same time they've also kind of slowly started to slip up a bit. And when we played EG like a couple of weeks ago, they were looking pretty strong. And so I definitely think if the team that's going to win that is going to be EG, especially in a best of one.
Okay. All right, no, I like that. And then, like you said, easy clap for RK, so that means you guys will take the spot 5th, I believe, right?
I agree with
We'll
Blank,
take
by the
4th.
way, on EG.
Oh, yes.
I think Pawn Sacrifice, like, low-key overrated.
Yeah, I definitely, if I had to seed them, I'd put them behind RUE. Like, I'd go EG, RUE, and then Pawn Sacrifice, I think, for top 3.
Yeah.
Really?
Here's the thing. They started off really strong, but I'm not convinced that they've improved over the course of the season, like, at all. And I even remember in one of the pregame shows, you were talking to Sheer, and he said that they don't even scrim.
No, they do not practice at all. Individually, they play solo queue, but as far as a 5-man group goes, I think he said they might have played together once this season.
So yeah, especially in playoffs, like maybe a tiebreaker because it's only a best of 1 still. But once you get to the best of 3s, best of 5s, you're really gonna have.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're really gonna fall apart, I think.
Okay, so let's go off the easy clap, as you said, against RK this Friday. So that would put you guys in 4th place, meaning for playoffs you would play Sad Boys, 6 and 8, finish 6th.
I thought we. Oh, we don't fight 5th seed.
Yeah,
thought
you're all right. I'm sorry.
Well,
3v6
RK
and then
again.
4v5.
You're right. You would play
Yeah,
RK.
we fight
again.
RK again regardless.
I'm
It's just
sorry.
a matter of side selection.
You're right. My bad. So, well then let's go with that. RK, what's the score gonna be? 2-0? 2-1?
I mean, we're always
It's a best
hoping
of
for
3?
2-0.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a best. Not the tiebreaker tomorrow. Not the tiebreaker tomorrow.
Yeah.
The next week.
Okay.
The playoff game.
Yes, quarterfinals.
Didn't know. It was, all right, I thought it was best of 5 for some reason.
No.
2-0.
I like to think 2-1 because honestly, well, this is an amateur league, so everyone's bound to make mistakes. I think we'll obviously make some mistakes as well as
Not
them.
us.
So
Haha.
not us. We don't make mistakes. No.
Exactly.
So I think we'll probably end up dropping a game against them, but I think we'll come out on top still.
All right,
If I'm
so
being honest, I think it's whichever team wins the first game wins the second game automatically.
yeah, you think so? You
I
think?
don't think players at this level have a strong enough mental to be able to like withstand one loss like that in a team
That's true.
environment.
That's true.
Also, low key flame towards us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but we
Yeah.
always lose our first game and then win the other ones.
No, we don't.
No.
All right, well, let's go with the RUE then. RUE versus SAD. That would be the 3 versus 6.
RUE 2-0.
Yeah, RUE 2-0 easily. We
Alright.
already mentioned that I think they're the second best team in the league right now. Like
Okay.
the fact that they're getting seeded third is just because Pawn Sacrifice got so far ahead in the beginning of the season.
Yeah. RUE
Yeah.
did have some forfeits. I want to say out of their 4 losses, I want to say either 2 or 3 are forfeits.
Yeah, that's
So,
that makes sense to
So
me.
as far as played games on the Rift, they actually have the least losses of any team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Also, though,
surprise
to
me.
be fair, they didn't like hard int any of their games like EG did
Very true.
Yeah.
against.
Or Pawn Sacrifice.
Very true. No, you're 100% correct in that. All right, so I think we're going to do that. Call it a wrap here. As soon as Duck gives us the joke, we can wrap this up, boys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as soon as Duck writes his own material.
So what you got for me, Duck? Come on.
All right, I'll be back, guys.
No? All right, does anyone have a closing joke they'd like to give us? Or let's just do a closing remark. How about that? Anything you guys want to
Blinky
say?
carrying.
Blinky carry. I don't want to carry.
Oh, yeah. How about that?
No,
Who's going to carry the
that's the-
tiebreaker win?
No, that's the
Me.
joke.
Oh, that is a good joke. You're right.
So
Yeah.
Moose is going to carry the tiebreaker. That's what I'm hearing.
I
Depends if
sort-
get piped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really.
We're gonna
depends
break
on-
out the Lucian jungle.
Oh
You
yeah.
heard it
that-
here first,
Oh,
folks.
yeah, you've heard it. You've heard it. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about how we constantly want to ban it. It's because we don't want the enemy to take it away from us. So
Yeah, the
that's
Lucian jungle.
that'll be the secret right there.
Pick Prio. I got you. All right.
hmm
All
I
right,
mean, we don't get side selection, sadly, but
Yes. No,
so
you
we
do.
can't automatically get the blue side to insta lock that Lucian. But you know,
Yeah,
we'll
I don't
hope
think
we'll hope to look to get it anyway.
Yeah. Well, if
I don't think anyone on their team plays it, so we should be chilling.
yeah, well,
No, it doesn't
when
look
you
loose,
win
yeah.
the tiebreakers, like you guys have said you will, you'll get blue side side selection for the best of 3 though. So, but that's all the time we have here today. Again, this was Life Essence Reaper. Right now, there's 7 and 7 tiebreakers this Friday, the 13th. They play at 8 p.m. Pre-game show will start at 7:30 p.m. EST. Then after that, we'll have Pawn Sacrifice versus EG, finishing out the GPCS regular season. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking your time to sit down with me for this. Let everyone in Duo Esports get to know you guys as individuals instead of just known as the LER team. So,
Yeah. See you
All right.
later.
all right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys.